What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, you may have seen this video floating around the internet streets. It shows images of the Carnival Festival in Brazil 2023, where they had some pretty evil and demonic depictions in that festival. They show an image of Jesus being dragged across the concrete by demons. It appears that one is evil and one is good, and they're fighting over the body of Jesus as the evil demon kicks and persecutes Jesus. This video has gone viral amongst Christian vloggers who want to predict that this is an indication that because this video showed images desecrating Christ at this festival, that the subsequent death toll as a result of floods in Brazil was a result of this desecration of the image of Christ. Now, I understand that people are quick to get on the internet and proclaim that God is a God of love. There is no hate. But I beg to differ because I've read the book. And I understand, yes, God is a God of love. But within these chapters, there's evidence that God is also a God of wrath. However, I am hesitant to go with the narrative that because this carnival festival had negative depictions of Christ being persecuted by devils and demons, that is the reason that these floods have hit Brazil, taking the lives of, at this point, could be hundreds. Correlation is not necessarily causation. And how do I know that? Because I live in California, where people desecrate the image and the name of Christ as if it were a sport. And if California were to feel God's wrath the way that this state deserves, because of its politicians, because of its public figures, because of its non-governmental organizations and nonprofits that advocate for everything against God, well, this state would cease to exist. This state would fall off the map. It would secede from the continental United States and fall off into the Pacific Ocean, which may be where it belongs, because it has turned its back against Christ.
Relenting rain from what the National Weather Service is calling an unparalleled weather event. But early this morning, the unthinkable happened. Take a look at this. This is a levee in Monterey, California, just south of San Francisco, that has given way. The levee breach sending floodwaters gushing toward communities below. Thousands were evacuated, and it is still unclear just how bad the damage is. A desperate effort is underway right now to plug that breach and stop the flooding. Across central and northern California, the rain has washed away roads and flooded communities. And unfortunately, there is no relief in sight. More rain is set to batter the region tomorrow.
But as of today, I have yet to see California face the wrath of God that I feel it deserves for turning its back on Christ. As the death toll continues to rise in Brazil, we pray for them. As the damage continues to rise in California, we pray for California and all the residents of it. But I'm not prepared to come before you and say that the flood and the death toll in Brazil is because of the desecration of Christ and the Carnival Festival. Just like I'm not going to come before you and state that the floods and the rain that have befallen California in the last few weeks is because California has turned its back on Christ. Now, I do believe that God's wrath is imminent on this state. I believe that God's wrath is imminent on this country. And if you look at the recent financial and geopolitical news regarding America, you see that this country needs to turn its face back to God and recommit itself to its foundation. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that Brazil is facing the wrath of God because it depicted images showing the devil and demonic images desecrating and defacing the image of Christ in its recent Carnival Festival? Do you think it's a coincidence? And if you think that God is punishing Brazil, why hasn't God punished California, who has done far worse for much longer? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more musicians involved in the conversation. And like I always say, y'all, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.